This episode is brought to you by Arise Fight Co. This is for risk takers, the fighters, the ones who get knocked down but rise anyway. At Arise Fight Co., we don't back down, we get up. Visit Arise Fight Co. and become a member of their No Rounds Off Fighting Club and shop their clothing line by visiting www.arisefight.co. Use code TINFOIL at checkout for 10% off your entire order. Again, that's www.arisefight.co. This episode is brought to you by goldenroadcrafts.com. If you're into quality tech but don't want to pay crazy prices, check them out. They've got solid deals on electronics, phones, earbuds, PC parts, gaming supplies, all that good stuff, without the markup. Again, visit goldenroadcrafts.com.
The Eriksson Twins incident is one of the strangest public incidents ever captured on film. Two twin sisters, a busy English motorway, and a sequence of events so strange that despite being filmed cannot be explained. In today's episode, we'll discuss the actions of Sabina and Ursula Eriksson, the carnage they left in their wake, and theories as to why it all happened. Grab a beer and strap in, because this one's a doozy. I'm Ben.
I'm Logan.
And this is Tinfoil Talk. We are live.
All right. Do you want to explain what happened with the beer, or should I?
We may have had a goof.
We?
We are a group. We're a team. We made this mistake together.
That's crazy.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
That's not what happened.
I goofed. I misinterpreted a text message you sent me, and I just neglected to supply this week's beer for the beer review.
Shameful. Shameful.
He sent me a picture of some beer. It was something we've never drank before. In my head, I'm like, you know what? He's bringing it this week. And then that was that.
He also sent me a picture of some beer that we have yet to review. And I also thought that's what he meant.
Because that was recommended by our good friend Jacob.
Yeah.
So we're going to review that next week. I'll supply it next week.
The beer that I sent you, we're not going to spoil it.
Yeah.
I have something in mind for that.
Very cool.
But it was supplied by a friend of the show, Nick, from Golden Road Crafts.
Sponsor of the show, by the way.
Yeah. Got that for me. Well, he got it for me. I paid him back because he was in a spot that I wasn't.
Cool.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
We're going to save that for the month of October because it's got a spooky vibe to it.
Yeah. Good deal, Good deal. Well, today, just honestly by pure happenstance and luck that you brought these, we have extra stout Guinness.
Mm-hmm. I've never had Guinness before. Oh, I've had this the other night when I cooked that steak.
Yeah. I've had Guinness before. I don't think I've ever had extra stout Guinness, product of Ireland, obviously. Okay, it's 5.6% though. That doesn't really scream extra stout to me.
For as dark as it is, you would think it would be stronger.
Yeah, I was expecting upwards of 7 or 8, to be honest.
Intense, characterful, and bold. Guinness Extra Stout is the pure expression of our brewing legacy. Bittersweet, with subtle hints of hops, dark fruits, and caramel. This stout is a testament to great brewing.
Okay.
Highly touted.
Established 1759. The old boys at Guinness are elderly. They've been around for a while.
Is it the same guys still doing this?
Yeah, they are. It's the same two guys, Michael and Mike Guinness. That's who does it.
All right. St. James Gate, Dublin. I'm assuming that's where this is brewed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I think this is by far I think this is the Mick Ultra or the Busch Light of Ireland. Like, this is what they drink.
This is definitely the most mainstream beer we've reviewed thus far.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
We're only drinking this because it's all we have.
Yeah, which, again, can be attributed to... It's 50-50.
It's not 50-50.
It's not 50-50, but I'm going to pretend it is. So,
Smell test.
Go ahead and get a smeller.
Very smoky.
It smells, like after you've put a campfire out.
Yep, I like it a lot.
Yeah,
it smells really great. Let's taste it for the first time.
For the first time ever.
That's beer.
It's beer, yeah. We're fibbing. We've already had 2 of them.
Yeah.
We realized the beer mix-up after we had already had a couple Guinnesses to kick us off.
I like it a lot.
We didn't give our thoughts on it, though,
Yeah.
whenever we were drinking them.
No.
I like it. I think I like it more than I thought I would. I don't usually like dark beer, but I don't mind this too much.
Very tasty. It's very full. It doesn't taste artificial like some of the beer we've tried.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, very full flavor, beginning to end.
Yeah, it's definitely flavorful. I'm going to give this, I already have my rating, because I'm going to go 7.5 here. I think this is an above average beer, and it has actually surprised me. Because like I said, I don't usually like Guinness. I've had Guinness before. Not typically a fan of it. This is really good. Haven't had it in a few years. Maybe my taste buds have changed. I like this.
Never had Guinness before I got this. Like I said, I got this the other night when I cooked that steak. I heard it paired well, so I gave it a shot. I'm going to give it a 7, though. And I think it is solely because I like to do unique beers when we do the beer review.
Me too. Yeah.
And this is kind of just very mainstream.
I mean, this is one of, like, the world's most famous beer.
Yeah.
Like, everyone that has ever had alcohol has at least heard of Guinness. Maybe not tried it, but...
It's the only reason I'm knocking it, but I do really enjoy it. I would buy it more often if it wasn't $13 for 6.
Yeah. Ooh, was it? Oof.
Yeah.
How was it paired with the steak, though? Was the hype worth it?
Magnificent.
Really?
Yes.
Is it better? Was it better then than it is now? Like, is it? Oh, let me say this: is it better to just drink, or would you rather drink it with a steak?
Are you wanting me to rate it again with the steak?
Yeah. If you rated it, because you said you made the steaks last night, right?
Yep.
If you were to have rated it last night, what would you have given it?
If I would have rated this beer with that steak, solid 9. I'm gonna be real.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, it paired magnificently together.
Okay. Didn't expect a big 9 bomb coming out.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Next time you're having a steak night, telling you, get another 6 of these.
Okay.
Thank me later.
Might you have the beer ranking for this?
Let's see. So Guinness Extra Stout. Would you care to venture a guess before I tell you what it is?
I'm going to assume this one's probably pretty highly rated. It's on a 100 scale, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess probably somewhere in the low 90s.
Low 90s?
Yeah.
It's 85.
Okay.
Which, again, for as mainstream as this is,
Yeah.
that's pretty highly rated. You can get this at literally any grocery store you walk into.
Yeah, I mean, you see them all the time.
Yeah.
Any gas station, anywhere you go, you can get Guinness.
Solid stuff.
Yeah.
Solid stuff.
This may not be the last time I ever buy Guinness.
I'll definitely try more. Like I said, I've never had Guinness before buying these.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of different ones out there. Mick has an Amberbach. Very interested in that.
Do they?
Yeah.
They also had, Jacob had them the other night, the lime.
Those are okay. They were very sweet.
Did you try it?
I did.
I didn't care for it.
Very sweet.
Yeah. I had the one, and it wasn't for me.
Same. You guys didn't tell me those ponies had been in there for a week in the hot cooler.
Yes, sir. We did tell you that, actually.
After I'd already drank one.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
That was one of the first things that was said to you whenever we brought the cooler out.
I don't recall much from that night.
Well, yeah, because you had a bunch of week-old hot ponies.
I had 2.
Well, you had a bunch of other alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
But yes, the limes were good. I would give, till a 2 for here. The lime, I'd give it a 4.
I wouldn't buy it again.
No,
I wouldn't spend money on it.
I would actually go as far to say I wouldn't even buy it if it was all I had to drink. I'd just go like a soda.
Wow.
Yeah, I did not like it.
Blasphemy.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Wasn't for
Good,
me.
not great. Anyways, tell me about these 2 gals.
Yeah, you want to learn about 2 batshit crazy sweets?
Let's do it.
All right. Sabina and Ursula Eriksson were born in 1967 in Sundvarmland, Sweden.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, go for it.
You went through the research process for this.
Yeah.
You didn't attempt to learn the pronunciation?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to know. No judgment.
Yeah, I mean, even if I did learn it, I probably wouldn't have got far.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're going to go Sundvarmland, Sweden. From here on out, I'm just going to refer to it as Sweden.
Okay.
And they were part of a family of 5 children. It's reported that the family was somewhat unremarkable. There's no record of abuse, no criminal background, no financial hardships or anything like that. It's also worth noting that there's no mention of mental illness in the family, which will be important to remember as we move forward. As kids, their friends and other siblings stated that the two had a very unique relationship, which isn't super uncommon for twins. Some said that they were very private. One of the brothers even stated, quote, they had a bond beyond what was considered normal between siblings. And I put a note here to talk about twins. I don't think it's weird. I'm not sure if you've ever met twins. It's not weird for them to have a super unique relationship.
So, had an ex-girlfriend. She had twin nieces.
Right.
They were strange.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jackie has twin nieces.
She has twin nieces too, right?
She does.
Yeah.
I didn't know them when they were super young, but they apparently had their own language in which they communicated in, just the two of them understood.
And people always say there's that telepathy almost between, if one's in pain, the other one can sense it, or there's almost an emotional connection. So I don't think that's too strange.
No, it's not far-fetched at all. I don't think.
But a lot of the research I was doing, people were like, "Oh yeah, these two were super weird. I would never do this with my sibling, yada yada." But it's
it's different than just a sibling.
Yeah, if you don't have a twin, because a twin, it's the same DNA. You are literally the same person, just in two different bodies. So, anyway, not much more on their preteen and young adult life. So we're just gonna jump into them as grown adults. As adults, Ursula lived alone in the United States, and Sabina lived in Ireland with her partner and their two children. They kept regular contact with each other, talking almost every day, either by text or over the phone. But considering they lived in different countries, what happens next is seen as very strange by their friends and family. On May 16, 2008, Ursula decides to fly from the United States to Ireland to visit Sabina, seemingly without warning or without a plan. Once she arrived, Sabina's partner and kids noted that they began acting strangely around each other, almost in a secretive or non-confrontational way. Then, without warning, only 24 hours after Ursula arrived, the two sisters up and leave with zero explanation to Sabina's kids or partner. They took a ferry to Liverpool, England, carrying only small bags that don't contain changes of clothes or any kind of obvious luggage for a trip. Once they get to Liverpool, their actions and movements are completely erratic. CCTV footage shows them moving bizarrely, clutching their bags as if they contain something very important, and if anyone got too close to the sisters, they would move away. The police never publicly disclosed what was actually inside the bags. They just stated that it wasn't luggage for a trip, so that part is still partly a mystery. We will learn about a couple items that were in Sabina's bag later on, but we'll get to that. From here, they walk to a bus stop and board a National Express bus headed for London. While on the bus, their erratic behavior escalates, and they start acting even more bizarre. They start aggressively whispering to each other, loud enough for others to hear and become concerned. They were looking over their shoulders, clutching their bags tightly, and refused to eat or drink anything when the bus driver offered it to them. At that point, the bus driver became very alarmed by the women's behavior and made them get off the bus, believing they could possibly have weapons or a bomb in their bags. He then proceeded to call the cops on the sisters, and when the cops arrived, they noted that the two women were acting, quote, suspicious but not dangerous, and left them alone at the Kiel Services area just outside of Newcastle, which is kind of in between London and Liverpool.
All right.
So nothing too crazy so far, just...
It's weird.
They're just acting, super strange, paranoid.
She's up and left her children and partner when her sister showed up.
Yeah, and there's been no communication, so nobody knows not only why they're acting the way they are, but why they're even, moving.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they're just... Which, not super bizarre. Their behavior's bizarre.
It's bizarre you're not telling your partner where you're going.
Yeah. And they're seen on camera just acting just super strange. And I've got some video clips that we'll get into. Yeah. We'll get into. This is... we'll get to it. So I have a note here. It says, here is where shit hits the fan.
Okay.
Shit's going to hit the fan a few times, actually, throughout the story.
I'm so excited.
Just after noon on May 17th of 2008, on the M6 motorway, which is one of England's busiest roads, the two women walk out into oncoming traffic and onto the narrow strip in the center of the motorway. And I've got here, think like the two yellow lines, like in the middle of the highway or something. They were just walking along that. And the M6 is like a 12-lane highway.
Damn.
Like super, and it's super busy. There's cars constantly moving up and down.
No earthly explanation why they would be doing this.
No, I mean, the only decent reason would be maybe you lost something on the road and you're trying to get it, but even then that's ridiculous.
Just assume it's gone.
Yeah.
Like if I drop something out the window going down the interstate, it's gone.
It would have to be worth me risking my life to get it, or it's going to stay on the side of the interstate forever. By pure chance, the BBC is filming a show called Motorway Cops at the time of this event. The show... What?
I'm thinking like Cops, but in England.
Do you see my note?
Yeah. Wait.
I thought you read my note. So,
oh my God.
My next sentence is, the show follows police officers around, films their routine stops and everyday tasks, and then I have a side note, think of cops in the U.S. So yeah, that's literally what it is. It's cops.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
And
think of American cops over in England.
Get on the ground. It's like, no, I haven't done anything wrong.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So obviously, a call comes over several of the police radios stating that there are two pedestrians on foot in the middle of the M6 motorway. So the cops head that way. The camera crew follows, not knowing what they're about to film. The first piece of footage shows Ursula walking at a seemingly normal pace, looking straight ahead. Sabina, a few feet behind her, keeps the same pace but is watching the cars go by, looking almost as if she's trying to track the cars. They're both wearing normal clothes. They don't appear to be upset or homeless or even injured in any way. If anything, they look completely ordinary, outside of being in the middle of the motorway. Once the police arrive at the shoulder of the highway, they begin trying to communicate with the two women over the pretty much deafening road noise, and the women do not appear to be thrilled by the cops' presence. They respond to the officers in kind of a guarded way, almost as if they see them as a threat. Ursula keeps her hands by her side in a ready position, and Sabina still clutches her bag as if she's protecting something important that's inside of it. For a moment, they allowed themselves to go towards the officers, though they often glanced at each other and as the cars going by. Once they'd reached the shoulder of the road, tensions appeared to die down, and the cops began asking them what in the world they're doing in the middle of the M6 motorway, which again is one of, if not the busiest motorway in England.
It's a fair question.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what the hell are you doing?
We're just having a normal conversation.
Yeah, we're just, this is our favorite hangout spot, officer. Like, fuck out of the road.
Again, think of the American cops in this situation.
Oh, no, the women would be dead.
They'd be dead right there.
Get on the ground. Just
what are you doing? Hands by their side. Oh, it's over with.
No, they'd be throwing grenades. It'd be terrible. Obviously, like I said, the cops start asking them what they're doing, and they give short, vague answers and are kind of like glancing at each other quickly and often. Then, after one final glance followed by what looks like a nod, Ursula breaks out into a sprint directly into oncoming traffic, and within 2 seconds, she is directly struck by a lorry, which, in like our terms, is an 18-wheeler.
Okay.
They're called lorries over there.
That's what Fred West was when he was arrested.
He was a lorry driver, wasn't he?
Lorry driver, yeah.
I'll be dang, yeah. So,
Full circle.
Yeah, it's all coming back. So yeah, she is struck, and her entire lower body is crushed. As this is unfolding, Sabina does the same, and she is struck by an oncoming Volkswagen Polo, which shattered the windshield, threw her into the air, and then back onto the pavement. Obviously, the workers rushed to their aid, which, to everyone's surprise, they did not want help. Not only were each of them alive, they were conscious and actively refusing treatment, despite Ursula's lower body being completely crushed and Sabina having, which, notably just a few minor injuries, but the fact that Ursula is not only awake and conscious, she is actively denying help, and her entire lower body is completely destroyed. Yeah, her lower body is destroyed. Each woman began shouting things like, quote, "They're going to steal your organs," or "You people are not real." And at one point, Ursula, which again is the one with the crushed legs. She even yelled out like, "I recognize you. You're going to try and steal my organ."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything to say to that.
Yeah, like doing the research, I almost felt like this can't be real. Every bit of this was filmed.
No shot.
The whole thing.
The camera crew just kept on going.
I mean, yeah, obviously they're getting great footage. Like some of it's kind of grainy and it's hard to see because I mean this is 2008.
Sure.
And the footage has lost some, quality over the years. But yeah, every bit of it. Even them wandering the streets and on the buses and stuff. CCTV caught it all. Yeah. So it took multiple emergency responders and police officers to finally keep the women from trying to flee into the traffic again, which was mostly Sabina. She was the one that kept trying to run back out because Ursula obviously couldn't walk or move or anything. The EMS and the cops on scene all stated that neither women appeared to feel any pain from their injuries, which they said was most likely attributed to the shock of what just happened and the rush of adrenaline that was definitely coursing through their body.
I mean...
But as a human being, like, obviously I don't know what it's like because I've never had that sort of injury, but her entire lower body was crushed. Sure, but she's still focused on whatever task she's focusing on. Like, whenever they're doing this...
How is adrenaline enough? Like, you figure... Would she not be knocked out? Like, surely her head hit the pavement after this?
Well, apparently Sabina was bleeding from her head because she hit the pavement. But Ursula, she was rolled over. And I'll show you. Matter of fact, we'll do a live play. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
So this is when they're on the side of the road. They're talking to the women. I don't have any audio, but the sisters are back here. Well, hold on. That's them. And then nails her. Yeah, okay. She's just getting rolled up. But I mean, still.
Yeah, it's gruesome for sure.
And then here goes the sister.
I was under the impression we're talking like insanely high speeds.
Well, no.
Like, in my mind, I'm thinking we're on the side of the interstate.
So you're thinking like a tractor trailer going 70 is about to. No.
That's why I was so shocked.
Not quite. She didn't get. I guess I said directly hit. She wasn't hit by the front. She was hit by the side, and then either way, it was an 18-wheeler.
At least like 6 wheels running over her,
and it completely crushed her entire lower body. So like she definitely should have been in some kind of pain.
And then the other one just
darted out right behind her. Yeah. You just saw your sister get hit by an 18-wheeler, and you're like, "Yep, my turn."
What the fuck? Yeah,
there's something going on, and the crazy part too, which I don't really get into it much, but. Like, Sabina's partner and any of Ursula's friends, like, they all said, like, they did not show any signs of, like, anything before this. It's totally normal. Like, 2 normal people. And this just completely out of nowhere this happened. So eventually, each woman is sedated, and Ursula is rushed to the hospital with her pretty gruesome leg injury. Sabina is placed under arrest as... When she was being sedated, she was fighting the officers and she punched one in the face. It's noted that each woman, like once they were either in custody or in the hospital, still completely calm, showing little to no emotion at all. A toxicology report was done on both women, and no traces of anything was found in their system.
What the fuck, man? Yeah, I feel like it's all I've said, but I don't know what to. Yeah. I don't know what to make of this.
Well, it's so confusing. Like there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions. And a lot of theories as to why this happened. But yeah, we'll get into it.
Okay.
It's a lot. So the next day, Sabina is released from police custody, only receiving a minor assault charge, while Ursula remains in the hospital to be treated for her pretty gruesome injuries. Do you have a comment?
I see your note here. Yeah, I do have a comment.
Mm-hmm.
You would think someone that just did that would be under some type of suicide watch?
Yeah, or...
psychiatric hold, something?
Within 24 hours of her being arrested, she was deemed not a threat. There's no way.
No.
She is a threat. Not only to herself, of course, but to literally anybody that's around her.
Could have killed the person that was driving the car.
Yeah.
Could have killed any number of other drivers. Killed a cop. One of them, the first one to take off, The cop tried to stop her, it appeared. Could have pulled the cop out there. Mm-hmm. The cop could have got hit.
Well, the cop grabbed her, but he grabbed her jacket and she pulled herself out of the jacket, and he was just holding the jacket. So he almost had her, but she just slipped out of his grasp.
It seems like they were just ready to be done with this woman.
Maybe, yeah. They're just like, this woman is crazy. Like, she's not even from here. Like, she's from the U.S., but born in Sweden. Like, let's just get her out of here.
Yeah, she's nothing to do with us.
They're going to regret that.
Okay.
So, Sabina begins wandering the streets in an attempt to find her hospitalized sister. It's not exactly clear why she didn't know what hospital Ursula was at. I'm not sure if maybe she wasn't told, or if she was told and just didn't know where that hospital was. I don't know. Either way, she begins wandering the street trying to find the hospital that her sister's at. Don't be reading ahead either. I see you over there. Quit reading ahead.
Can't help it, bro.
I'll just stop reading ahead.
Okay.
So now we're going to pivot for a minute and learn about Glenn Hollinshead. Glenn was a 54-year-old welder and RAF airman for the British Royal Air Forces, and by all accounts was a kind man who always helped those who needed it. On this day, he was with a friend of his, Peter Malloy, when the two encountered a woman wandering the streets. Despite her odd and erratic behavior, Glenn invited Sabina back to his home and offered her a place to stay. At first, things appeared pretty normal. Sabina accepted his offerings of tea and food, and even engaged in a little small talk with the two men. However, pretty soon after, her behavior began unsettling each of them. She started repeatedly getting off the sofa to peek through the blinds, acting extremely paranoid. She refused to eat anything Glenn would give her, claiming that he poisoned it, and she would offer them cigarettes, but then she would snatch them away at the last second, claiming that the two men were, quote, contaminated. In a later interview, Peter Malloy described Sabina as nervous, edgy, and overly paranoid. Peter would eventually leave for the night and head home. Glenn didn't seem overly concerned with being alone with Sabina. He told Peter that he'd keep an eye on her, and that she just seems like she needs a little help right now. This would be the last time Peter saw his friend alive again.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's what you get for being a good person.
It's what you get. You try to help somebody out, and...
To be fair, I would have kicked her out.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. I apologize.
No worries.
Sorry, go ahead, continue.
To be fair, I would have kicked her out when she started acting weird like that.
Yeah.
Like, if I invite someone into my home, they start peeking through the blinds and shit, okay. You've called someone. You've told them where you are. Someone's coming to, like, rob me or something.
Or if they're acting, like, super paranoid. Like,
yeah.
If you're looking around, you're not accepting anything I'm giving you, you're looking through the blinds like you're expecting some trouble to come this way. Like, you're going to leave my house.
For sure.
Well, I'll backtrack even further. I would never bring in somebody off the street that's acting the way she was acting anyway.
I'm thinking that, too. Maybe I'm shitty. Maybe I'm not as good a person as
Glenn Hollinshead. Well,
Glenn?
Yeah, Glenn. I mean, you got to also think we live in America.
That's true.
Things are a little different here.
Yeah.
Nobody's
good.
Nobody's really good here. At least most people aren't. Over here, I mean, it may be a little different. You might can help out somebody that seems like they need help. But I'm telling you right now, if I look out my front window and I see a man or a woman walking down the street acting like that, clutching a bag, just being sketchy, I'm locking my doors.
We got the cops called on us the other night when we were just walking the road.
Yeah, you were outside. You were exercising, right?
Yeah.
Had weighted vests on. And
We were just walking.
Yeah.
We did,
it's completely legal.
We weren't in people's front yards. We were on the public road. And apparently that cop said we had so many calls on us.
Which is weird. Like, there's probably a law against just walking down the road, but we live in a very, very small southern Tennessee town.
I don't see how there could be a law against that.
I mean,
public
walking
road.
in the street.
It's not posted anywhere.
I know, but it may be a law. That
Mind
you
your
just
business.
can't walk down the street.
Mind your business.
I am. You know what? If I see you walking down the street, I'm going to shoot you.
Okay. That's America right there.
Yes, sir.
That's
USA,
America.
baby. Land of the...
Guns.
Yep. So, the following morning, for no apparent reason whatsoever, Sabina walked into Glenn's kitchen, grabs a large kitchen knife, and stabbed Glenn 5 times in the stomach. Neighbors began hearing the screaming and the commotion and watched as Glenn stumbled out of his house and mumbled, quote, "She stabbed me," and then fall onto the ground, where he would bleed to death before paramedics arrived. Neighbors then see Sabina run out of Glenn's house, covered in blood and clutching her bag, again as if something inside was extremely important to her. She appeared visibly distressed and clearly out of her mind, according to witnesses. Obviously, given what's just happened, she's going to be distressed and appearing out of her mind, right? Like,
I don't think you can assume anything normal for this woman.
that's fair, and I don't. It makes you wonder, like, what in the hell is happening?
For sure, yeah. It's
Like,
it's the only thing that's on my mind right now.
yeah, I don't understand what goes through someone's mind to go from a completely normal life. Like, it'd be different if all their friends were like, oh yeah, here lately they've been different, they've been acting weird, but nothing. Like, their
There's
friends
no
all,
lead up whatsoever. She just went to visit her sister, and then they got weird.
yeah, like, gets on a plane, tells no one.
So, okay, I was going to ask, was that spontaneous? She just decided she was going to go see her sister, or
Yes.
was this, okay.
No one knew it was happening.
That's bizarre.
Right, like, I forget which one. Sabina just showed up, or Ursula showed up, whichever one, showed up to the other's house, and then the partner and the kids were like, oh, didn't know you were coming.
Hello.
And then they just leave.
What
and then
the
this
fuck?
and then this ensues.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm hooked. Let's hear what happens.
Yeah. So again, she appeared very distressed, very out of her mindish. Witnesses report that as she was fleeing the scene, she reached into the bag that she had been clutching pretty much this whole time, and she pulled out a loose roof tile and began smashing herself repeatedly in the head with it.
What in the fuck, man?
So this bag that is, has important stuff in it, has a roof tile, like a loose roof tile. And she begins beating herself in the head with it. Then, a person driving down the road next to where she was saw her bloody and panicking, and then stopped to offer help. It's at this moment Sabrina reaches into her bag once again, pulls out a hammer, and begins hitting herself in the skull with it. Yeah, we'll move on. Whenever this person tried to intervene, she became very violent towards him and lashed out with the hammer. So he got back in his car and left.
Yeah, that's...
What the hell else are you supposed to do?
If I saw a woman walking on the side of the road, bloody face, roof tile in hand, I'm probably not stop. I'll slow
hammer.
down.
Roof tile and hammer.
Yeah. I'll slow down, crack my window. Hey, are you okay? And then if she starts hitting herself with the hammer, you got that. I'm out of here.
I'm going to be like, well, no, you're not okay.
Yep.
I will see you probably in the news.
Yep.
And I'm going to go home and lock my doors and forget about it.
And I'm going to call somebody. Hey, somebody needs to go get that woman.
Yeah, and then I'd call my friend and be like, dude, you would not believe what I just saw.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah. And I mean, all this, like, keep in mind the other sister's in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed legs. Has no idea this is going on. Equally as crazy, and I imagine if her legs weren't crushed, they'd be doing this together. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you can only assume.
Yeah.
They were in the middle of the road together, so.
Yeah. I just wonder the conversations they had that led to this.
I would really like to know what the plan was here.
Me too. And according to, which, I mean, they could have talked in secret, but this, when I say that this was completely out of left field, like, not a single person in their life saw this coming.
Is this hood rat shit? Is this what hood rat shit is?
I'm not familiar with the term.
Hood rat?
Hood rat shit?
Yeah, hood rat shit.
So, like, if I were to do this, would you say, oh, he's doing that hood rat shit?
That's what I'm asking you. I'm not too familiar with what hood rat shit is, but this seems like hood rat shit.
Can we get a quick live look up for
what?
what?
We can do that.
Go ahead. You want to hit it with your phone?
I got you.
We're going to do a quick live look up hood rat shit. We're going to see what that means.
Hood rat shit. It's a Megan Thee Stallion song. So.
You just cut me a look.
I didn't cut you any looks. According to Urban Dictionary, take that for what you will.
Okay. It's never been wrong before, so.
Hood rat shit refers to the act of engaging in undesirable or unlawful activities such as stealing, smoking marijuana, and drinking 40s on the street. Quote, let's get into some hood rat shit on the way to the bar.
Okay. I would say.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought you were
Here it
done.
is used in a exchange.
Yeah.
Dad, where you going, kid? Son, out with my friends. Dad, you better not start wildin' with that hood rat shit, or I'll kick your ass. According to Urban Dictionary.
Okay, so it's, well, you mentioned the other activities, the drinking 40s. What else was it? Smoking weed
and stealing.
Stealing. Is it limited to just those 3 activities?
It's a good question. It doesn't say that. Maybe it's a state of mind.
Maybe it's anything illegal.
Could be. I mean, unlawful activities, undesirable and unlawful.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, she was engaged in hood rat shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if beating yourself in the head with a hammer counts as...
Pretty undesirable.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's doing hood
Eriksson
rat shit.
Twins, hood rat shit, aficionados.
Yeah, dude, they are like poster children for hood rat shit.
That's crazy.
You know what? That's good. That's good. Glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we leave that in?
Yeah, of course we're leaving that in. I'm not editing any of this out.
Okay.
So now being actively pursued by the police, she runs toward the A50 highway, which is a busy motorway in Newcastle. And she climbs up onto a 40-foot tall suspension bridge that overlooks another highway. Without hesitation, she jumps from the bridge and onto the pavement below, instantly shattering her legs, one of her arms, and crushing her skull. Unbelievably, she lives.
This bitch is Michael Myers.
Yeah, she lives. Motorists begin swerving around her to miss her body, which is now obviously pretty mangled, and paramedics rush in. This time, she's too injured to fight off anyone, and she just kind of unwillingly accepts treatment because she can't really refuse it.
Fair enough.
She's eventually taken to the hospital under guard and is treated for her very serious injuries. So at this point, it's very evident that she has had a psychotic break. However, in the eyes of the police, the fact remains she is a prime suspect for the murder of Glenn Hollinshead. So now we'll get into what happens after. It dies down a little bit. She, no more craziness. There was a little bit in jail while she was in jail, but nothing even close to this.
They don't take kindly to hood rat shit in jail, so I've heard.
They must not, yeah.
No nonsense kind of place, those prisons.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's find out what happens next, shall we?
Okay.
After about a year went by before Sabina would stand trial for what she did. However, when the day came, she was formally charged with murder, to which her defense argued diminished responsibility. And I'll touch on that again here in a second. During this time, Sabina obviously underwent multiple psychiatric observations, which concluded the following. Sabina suffered from a, quote, folie à deux, which is a shared psychotic episode. The theory states that Ursula, who had been hospitalized for the majority of Sabina's outburst, had been the primary psychotic. Sabina had absorbed her delusions and continued them even when they were separated. In the courtroom, Sabina remained completely calm the entire time, even appearing remorseful in some instances. And at one point, she broke down crying, saying, quote, "I cannot believe I did that. I cannot believe Glenn is dead," end quote. She never gave a clear motive as to why she acted the way she did or as to why she did what she did. I'm going to read that again. Not the whole thing. But I'm going to read a little bit of that.
Okay.
Just, again.
I'm down. Yeah, sure.
Sabina suffered from a folie à deux, I'm not sure, which is a shared psychotic episode, meaning that Ursula, who was the primary psychotic, had her delusions absorbed by Sabina. How does that make you feel?
Is this substantiated or is this pure speculation?
This is what was accepted in the court.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's substantiated, I guess. It just means that's what they made of it.
The verdict will say otherwise.
Okay.
So, moving on to the verdict. The court accepted a charge of manslaughter by diminished responsibility by way of insanity, meaning that the defense's argue of diminished responsibility saying that she had a psychotic break that she was not responsible for. Held up, and the court accepted that. Sabina was sentenced to 5 years in prison, where she was released after only serving 2 of her 5-year sentence. 2 years for 5 years.
For murder.
For public endangerment, assaulting a police officer, and taking a man's life.
Yeah. Fuck manslaughter. That's murder.
That is premeditated. Well, maybe not premeditated. That is first-degree murder. You took a knife and you jammed it into a man's stomach, and he died.
5 times. It's not like it was an accident.
Yeah. And he died.
Yeah.
And that is 100% her fault.
That is murder.
And they gave her a charge of manslaughter and didn't even put the responsibility on her. 2 years. That blew my mind.
Yeah, that's...
And even if we're in the United States and you hear of somebody murdering, I don't care how crazy that person is. If they took a life, they need to be institutionalized. Maybe not in prison. You need to be not out in the public.
It is very interesting we're having this conversation right now. This will make so much sense when we get into the small talk episode.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Good, because I don't even know what the small talk episode is. I haven't even looked at the outline.
Great. But yeah, it's... I don't know. Manslaughter?
Yeah, this is murder.
Even if you ignore everything else that happened, someone is dead because of this person. And
directly.
Yeah. He was trying to be a nice person, help her out. He thought she was having an episode, which she was. And she murders him.
Takes his life.
And gets 2 years in prison.
2 years.
Yeah.
It should have been life without parole. With maybe, after a certain amount of time, you're put into a mental institution to where you live the rest of your life.
Yeah, or just live in a mental institution for the rest of your life.
Or, just
point blank period.
Life sentence, mental institution, you will be rehabilitated for the rest of your life. Yep. Obviously, you are not fit to ever go into public again.
You get some freedoms. You're not in prison, but you will be under 24/7 psychiatric care.
Yes. Because if this can happen once, when you're however old they were in their 40s or 30s, 40s, it can happen again.
You think now they're mid-50s?
Maybe late 40s, early 50s.
Still do some damage at that age?
Yeah.
If she decides to... Age. Yeah. She decides to have a little episode again.
Yeah, who's to say each of these sisters doesn't do this again and they go kill somebody else?
Yeah. Who's to say they haven't done it already?
We don't know. So, once she's released, she completely vanished from the public, and her current whereabouts are not known. Ursula was never charged with any crimes. She moved back to Sweden, where she also completely avoids the public eye. And that is the story of Ursula and Sabina Eriksson.
It's a wild one.
I told you.
That's pretty crazy.
It's not crazy in a sense of
it's
unbelievable crazy.
No, it's pretty unbelievable crazy.
It is pretty
all around.
And it's
nothing about this made sense.
From start to finish.
Yeah.
The random trip, the crazy psychotic break run into traffic, murdered a man, and then got 2 years in jail. This whole thing has been batshit crazy.
There has to be more research out there about twins that we haven't found. There has to be some type of logical connection between two twins.
Yeah.
Mentally.
And I'm thinking maybe because you have crowd, herd mentality, where if the people around you think one thing, you think it too, or if everybody around you does something, you're just kind of instinctually going to be inclined to do it.
Yeah.
I think that sense might just be stronger in twins. Because, actual identical twins don't just look the same. They are literally the same person. And it took me a long time to, understand that they are the exact same genetic makeup. Everything about them, down to the chromosome, is 100% identical. Yeah. It is a copy-paste. And I think that's super bizarre.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to put on my tinfoil hat for a second.
Okay.
And I'm going to be a pathologist. I'm going to tell you what I think happened.
Let's hear it.
None of this is substantiated. This is completely made up. This is what I think may have happened. No proof whatsoever. It's just going off what you gave me.
Okay.
All right. So we heard they had a pretty normal childhood.
Right.
My belief, maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe there was parental abuse. They could have been assaulted.
Maybe.
Could have. That caused them to disassociate as youths and really rely on one another. They, after they moved apart, became adults, went on with their lives, one of them had a trigger that forced them to meet back together, and then that's what triggered this psychotic episode. They disassociated because of some trigger that we'll never know what it is. Could have been something as simple as someone getting yelled at on the side of the street by someone.
Yeah. Could have been something as, like, got charged too much for a
Yeah.
bagel. Like, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think, because, I mean, like I said, there was 5 other siblings. And
Mm-hmm.
each of these siblings all said that their life was great. Like, their parents were not abusive. So do you think maybe Ursula and Sabina just drew the short straw and they were the ones that just kind of got the abuse? Because clearly, somewhere along the way, it's like something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
Like, whether it was in the childhood, like maybe there was abuse, maybe they just have an undiagnosed mental illness that just now sprung up.
It may have not even had anything to do with their family life. This could have been something in their formative years, maybe a stranger.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what, to me, that is what makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Someone got triggered, that lizard brain in both of them just disassociated. They went back to primitive ways.
Yeah.
Because them saying very untrustworthy, untrusting things to the paramedics and the police officers, I think that means something.
Yeah, it means that somewhere along the way they have learned to not trust.
Yeah.
Like anybody. Because even with their behavior, like on the street, of backing away from people and all that, like it gives the impression that at some point they have found a reason to not trust anybody.
Yeah. However, Ursula still murdered someone, so she should at the very... Huh?
Sabina murdered him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one.
Ursula was the one who got her legs crushed.
Someone was murdered, psychotic episode or not.
Yeah, a life was taken.
She deserves to be in psychiatric care.
Yes. There needs to be a prison sentence, and then there needs to be rehabilitation.
Maybe she doesn't get full life in prison, because maybe that's not really...
Well, life incarcerated. Maybe not, yeah. Maybe not.
A few years in prison, and then the rest of her life in psychiatric care.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
I have no logical explanation for this. Like, I don't.
Again, I want to reiterate that not substantiated. Not substantiated.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that I don't know. Pure speculation. We'll never know what happened to these two.
We won't, because they have completely removed themselves from the public eye, and we'll probably never hear never hear from them or see them
until they snap again.
You know?
I'd love to know, did Ursula's partner leave her, or
I couldn't find anything on that. Like, when I tell you they dropped off the face of the earth, like, you would think they don't even exist anymore.
For the best.
There's nothing about them.
Stay away from everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
Bring
us home.
Well, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow, rate the show wherever you get your podcast. It helps more than you'll ever know. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We post episode teasers, a little bit of behind-the-scenes content, plenty more weird shit that we don't really get into in these episodes. New episode every Tuesday, and then every Friday we do the small talks. And again, find us wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. Until next week, put on your tinfoil, grab a beer. This has been Tinfoil Talk.
Goodbye.
Love you, bye.